Hey everyone, Storm here with a little story from the past. So when Swiftrock and me, when we decided to become professional way back in the days, that was in 1988. Yeah, we were like the only breakers out there still, and nobody really wanted to see breaking either because they all had a different perception of it, and what was seen in the early 80s in 1983 and 84 was definitely not what we represented in the first place. But anyway, we wanted to become professional, and we realized that traveling might be necessary in order to get these jobs, because where we were coming from, you know, I was a small town boy. I'm coming from a city that is not bigger than 20,000 citizens. Kiel itself, where Swift is living, had like 200,000 citizens, and that's not big. Next bigger town would be Hamburg, where you had 2 million people, so that was a little bit bigger already, but we didn't want to stop there. So we had the possibility to get this thing, you know, in Europe it's called Interrail ticket. It's a train ticket where you pay once for the entire month, and then you could take any train that you like. So now back then, we did that, except that it was for Germany, and it was called Tramper ticket. We did that for Germany, and what's nice about it is that, you know, that ticket was made like as if the entire German country became one subway map. Yeah? And we just took a train every day for about, let's say, 6 years or so. So we started in '88. We took a train every day trying to go somewhere else, and we met with breakers from all the different areas all over Germany. And you know how it is. When you meet, you get inspired. When you get inspired, you dance. When you dance, you don't think about anything else anymore. Plus, time was precious, right? So these people, they had us. So they were questioning us about everything they wanted to know. And we did the same with them. So now, that built so much in us. Right? I mean, we were not doing anything else but dancing at that time. And plus, with all the destinations in our mind, where we were going to go next, and with what we will see and who we will meet, we also prepared our questions, and we also prepared everything we needed to do in order to have a great exchange and to build on friendship. So now, the same thing happened when we were fed up with Germany. So we were traveling into all these, you know, like countries that had a frontier with Germany. So we went into Holland, we went into France, we went into Belgium, we went into Switzerland. Of course, Switzerland was the first place, you know, that we went to, and so on and on. And we met everybody that was still like us, all the leftover breakers we met. Now, when we found out how that was functioning and how it was working out for everybody there and for us, and how the culture grew, and how this whole, you know, like break it and hip hop kind of like became culturally manifested, and how we all kind of like built on it, and all of a sudden you had hip hop jams all over the place. We wanted to do more. So the next thing is that after Battle of the Year 1991, we said that if we win the competition with Battle Squad, we will buy tickets and we will go to the United States of America, and we go to New York, to the birthplace of hip hop, and we will see who's still there. We already heard about one guy, Quickstep, who was in New York. We didn't have contact to him or anything, but Fresh Force crew from Aschaffenburg, they had contact to Quickstep. They found out because they went on a trip to New York, and they were graffiti writers. And so they went on a trip to New York, and they bumped into him. And Quick was asking them if they were breakers, because they had the name Fresh Force on the back. And so they were saying like they were from Germany. So they exchanged contacts. They came back to Germany, and at Battle of the Year, they were telling us about him. And we were like, all right, so now we've got a contact. Let's get our tickets. We won the contest, by the way. We got the tickets. We went to New York. We met Quickstep. The rest is history. So for everybody who thinks that we brought breaking back to New York or to the United States, that's just really wrong. It's just that when we met Quick through Quick again, we met others. And through these others, and they realized what was going on in Europe and how everything became like one network, one big rhizome of different strains and one huge mind map, if you know what I'm talking about, right? When they realized that, we all realize it's time to go on, and this is the right moment to start even more, and this is where the whole avalanche started to happen again, right? So now, hey, we didn't bring breaking back to the United States. All we did is we were doing networking, and that's what you could do as well. That's what everybody could do. And especially when you think about traveling, it's still one of the #1 things that I like. It's still one of the best things that I enjoy in life, right? Now, think about that. Usually the first 3 years when you practice, the first 3 years when you get into something, you stay home, you stay busy, you work on your craft. And after these 3 years, especially when you have a master, your master probably showed you everything that he knows. But you want to go on. So you ask your master, is there anything else? And your master's going to go, if you want to learn anything else, you better travel. And that's where the journeyman comes out. So usually way back in the days, if you were an artisan or anybody like that, right? You would learn at home for 3 years, and then you get on your way and you find out what's out there in the world, and you get to practice. You get to practice, you get to practice, you get inspired, you learn more, and so on and on, until one day you start your own little thing, right? You start your own little thing, you start your own little school, you have your own students and everything, and you go from there.